Hello friends, Shadylikeatree here, and look at what I got here. I got some Madden 12 demo action for you guys. I got the second half. The first half was kind of boring, just trying to get a feel for the game. I only scored 7 points. Green Bay didn't score at all. Nothing really exciting happening, but the second half we scored quite a bit, and it's something I think you guys will like a little more than the first half, and it doesn't give you a good solid 45-minute gameplay, which is what this was before I cut out the first half. So let's get into it. So you're seeing me as the Bears playing against the computer on whatever the normie difficulty mode is, as the Packers. And there's no reason for that. Either way, I'm not a Packers or a Bears fan. Neither do I hate either team. I just pick the home team because I just picked the home team. I don't know. I hate doing the coin flip. So let's get into this demo and what I like and what I don't like. Let me first off say that I played the demo. I've played probably 6 games, and I'm going to probably at some point get Madden 12. I originally thought I was going to sit out this year, but this game is just, it's the best Madden yet, and I didn't say that about last year, and I certainly didn't say that about the year before, but this is by far the best Madden to date. So here's why. So first off, let's get started. You guys are watching the gameplay. The gameplay is a lot smoother this year than it's ever been. Significantly smoother. There's not a lot of those, glitchy things that you can exploit in the game that you could in say 10 or 11 for that matter. There's no one route that works all the time. Like I could do a drag route in Madden 11 and it would work every time, get me 10 yards every time. So, having said that, I'm not a true fan of the Bears playbook. It's my least favorite playbook. But I don't know why I didn't pick the Packers because of that fact, but it's whatever. I did change the hot routes back to the Madden 10 settings because I really don't like the way they have it now where you have to touch the up button, and I just don't like that because I make changes offensively and defensively, several changes before every play almost. I change something, maybe move something around or slide the protection or something. That's just the kind of player I am. I know the game well enough, having played what offenses are going to do. And right here, I did not expect him to score on that play. I was completely shocked that tackle was missed. But that's another one of those elements is that he stopped. Instead of running out of bounds like he would have last year, he actually stopped and caught the ball and then made a move, which was kind of nice. A lot of the new features, the new and improved tackling system, I love it. It is awesome. It's so super realistic. It's not like where, your guy could get out of it and it wouldn't look real. Every tackle looks real, and you guys will see the gameplay here. I really like just the visual. The game looks much cleaner, much sharper. I think it lost a little bit of its realism if you look at the players specifically on the bench, but not during the game, but like when they show cutscenes of the bench, I think it lost a little realism up close. But definitely, like in normal gameplay, it looks totally like you're watching an NFL game. I do like that they brought a new broadcast style element to the game, and before each play you'll notice that it'll take one side of the field and then it'll put you, see, like right here, it shows you the side of the field and then it brings you around to where you can actually see the action, and I think that's cool. It's a nice little element that kind of adds to the gameplay. The kickoffs are much more difficult because it's harder to aim your kick exactly where you want it to go. But I think you can change that. I didn't bother changing it because I don't really move my kicks too much. But I'm pretty sure you can change it. The new blocking elements, whatever they did to the blocking elements is awesome. Blocking and getting around blocks are much more realistic, much more doable. And it's not impossible to sack the quarterback in this game like it has been in some previous Maddens. I know some of you heard me complain if you were here during the days of my Madden 11 kind of game where I posted a first half and a second half where I absolutely demolished the team. And I kind of complained a little bit about just, how you had to like dive at the quarterback to be able to tackle him. In this game, if he doesn't know you're there, he doesn't know you're there, and it's not an incomplete pass. He literally has to bring his arm over his shoulder. And and that was a little late hit on the quarterback flag that I did not approve of, but it is what it is. So some of the old features they've actually brought back, and this is not just in the game. While they have improved the hit stick from last year, which was almost non-existent, at least I felt like, you can actually lay somebody the fuck out in this game, and I really like that. In franchise mode, I actually watched a whole video just now on franchise mode, and they brought back the player roles, which determine from I think it was Madden 06, Madden 07, I want to say, where it was like your guy was a pass rusher or a run stopper or both, and then that was kind of how he played his game and how he improved and whatnot. And I really like that they brought that back. It kind of helps you know what your team is good at, for those of you that aren't, the super in-depth franchise players. And while I'm on franchise mode, I might as well go ahead and talk about what I saw in the video on that. I gotta say, I love that they're finally fixing it. After years and years of leaving it alone, I'm glad that it's going to be more in-depth. I get more draft picks to trade away and to trade for. I'm super excited that they finally updated that and fixed that. I don't know how exactly the elements are going to work, but there's this element where I guess a player can go on a hot streak or a cold streak, and that will affect his performance. So someone who's maybe not very consistent will maybe have a rating of a 91 one week and maybe a 75 the next week, like a player like they mentioned in the video, Tim Tebow specifically. But someone like Aaron Rodgers will be from a 92 to a 99 consistently. Same with Tom Brady or Peyton Manning. So I like that it adds sort of a realism for streaky players and players that maybe aren't necessarily that good. They can improve and be good. And see, with my team, whenever I play, I always play really well, mostly because in franchise mode I usually play on like the noob level, because I like to pad the stats a little bit. And so my players would improve better because I like to build teams from the ground up, and that's just how I play the game. I do like, I didn't see anything on the custom playbooks, but I have heard that they're going to allow me to bring back my own custom playbook, because my playbook is better than any in this game, just because of how I like to run my offense and what kind of plays I like to run on defense, considering I don't really run zone all that often. But yeah, the new kicking element, let me touch on that briefly while we're here. I really like that it's more difficult, but it's not too difficult. I found myself early on struggling with it, getting it in the low to mid 80s, and the opening kickoff of the game I returned that one. So the one of the second half, I think that was like an 89. You guys can go back and look. But, throughout the game, I struggled with it. But, I eventually started getting a hang of it, and I think it won't be too difficult. I do like the new kickoff and punt return elements. Again, I don't catch the ball and then have three guys right there on me, which is nice. And it makes for more fun returns and better field position. And on kickoffs, you aren't guaranteed the 20-yard line, I feel like, anymore, like you have been in years past. There was a time where I could not get caught behind the 20-yard line, and I started actually this drive on the 10 without realizing it because of where they're starting to kick the ball. So I had forgotten that had changed, so more touchbacks and whatnot. But I took the ball out anyway. Every time. I don't like to down the ball. I think that rule is stupid. And there's Forte breaking a nice big run up the middle. So yeah, that's some of the things that I like and I don't like. Before I guess before I move on, though, I do want to mention that the running elements are not quite all the way there yet. I know this is a demo, and they still have a few more weeks before the game comes out, so they probably worked on it since then. But the running elements are a little quirky, little shaky. There's some things that didn't look quite right, but I do like the speed of the game as they have it set, and I think it's beneficial for most players to have that sort of speed. So in future Maddens, since the whole game is finished and whatnot, I thought I'd take a second here and talk about what I want them to bring back. And I want them to bring back the old quarterbacking method that you had the quarterback vision, and then you had, where you could highlight a player and whatnot, and how you could not only that, but that not so much as I can put a pass wherever I want it. And it's not as pronounced in these games, I don't think. I mean, I try to do it, but it doesn't always go where I want it to. But hopefully they'll bring that back and make passing a little bit, more precise than it is, say, in this game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to let the remaining 2 minutes play out, and I hope you guys had a good time. Catch you later.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without